Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Adam the Movie Guy, and I'm your lovable, unhinged host, Adam, and on this episode, I will be covering two exploitation-style games that are throwbacks to 1970s action horror cinema that played in Grindhouse-type theaters back in the 70s and 80s. Now, come join me in this old Grindhouse movie theater that's got cocaine residue in the bathrooms and cum stains on the seats. That may or may not belong to me. I'm going to keep it ambiguous because it's funnier that way. Now, in a previous two-part episode titled Grindhouse 101, check it out when you can. It's one of my favorite episodes I've done. I covered different subgenres of exploitation films, and this past Juneteenth, I covered two blaxploitation classics, Coffee, starring blaxploitation queen Pam Grier, and The Boss, starring Fred Williamson. I can't say the OG title. You know why. Which, since I had a blast doing those episodes, I felt like getting back to the exploitation genre, but in another great medium, that of video games. And I got two great games for you that have it all. Blood and gore, random explosions, bullets flying everywhere, chainsaws, kick-ass soundtracks, zombies, sexy women, basically everything fun on this fucking planet. These two games are House of the Dead Overkill and Lollipop Chainsaw. Both are zombie-slaying games that take the exploitation movie-style approach to the tone and writing of the games, and they are both fan-fucking-tastic. The gameplay styles are very different, however, with House of the Dead Overkill being a light-gun, aim-and-shoot arcade-style game, and Lollipop Chainsaw being a third-person action beat-em-up type game. While vastly different in the execution of the gameplay, they both are loving throwbacks to a bygone era of exploitation films. I'm going to talk about both games, touching upon the plots, main characters, some miscellaneous shit about the games, and my overall thoughts and ranking. So, let's get started first with the House of the Dead Overkill.
What's up, motherfucker?
They met as adversaries.
What the fuck was that for?
A monster made them allies. A secret agent, immaculate, intelligent, a rookie. They call him only G. His identity, a mystery.
You ever gonna tell anyone what that fucking G stands for? No.
A playboy cop, Isaac Washington. Make him mad, and he'll rip your balls off.
I'm gonna rip your motherfucking balls off.
Tonight, these unlikely allies will confront terror most foul in the blood-soaked halls of Papa's Palace of Pain. Be a courteous guest.
By tomorrow morning, I'll have my motherfucking revenge. Papa Caesar will be dead. If we don't stop this mutant outbreak by tomorrow morning, we'll all be dead.
Because your first visit will be your last. Papa's Palace of Pain. Rated X.
Let me start off by saying House of the Dead is one of my favorite video game series ever. I loved the first two. The third and fourth one was really good. I still need to play Scarlet Dawn, and I played the remake of Part 1. And as for Overkill, it shares the top spot with number 2 as my favorite game in the entire fucking series. I just can't decide which one I love more. House of the Dead 2, I have so many memories of playing it with my sister Ashley, and the dialogue and voice acting is so fucking bad, it is beautiful. However, what I love about Overkill is how it leans heavier than every other game in the series with that exploitation film vibe. It's fucking incredible. Let me tell you the plot of the game. So, it's actually a prequel set in 1991 with the main character from the OG game, Agent G, just graduated from the AMS organization, and he's down in Louisiana teaming up with Detective Isaac Washington, who's straight out of a blaxploitation movie, and they're trying to stop Papa Caesar, a fucking psychopathic crime lord who started a zombie outbreak for reasons? Oh, I'm sorry, mutant outbreak. They go back and forth whether they call them mutants or zombies. It doesn't fucking matter. And they have to put a stop to his ass. All while the subplot is two sexy strippers by the name of Varla Guns and Candy Striper. God damn. Also seek revenge against Caesar for the death of Varla's brother and Candy's wheelchair-bound lover, Jasper. Essentially, the plot is inconsequential since it boils down to lunatic causing outbreak, and the main characters have to stop this motherfucker while blasting every fucking mutant they see straight to hell. So basically, like every other game in the series, zombie mutant outbreak happens, spray some fucking lead in all directions until it's over. Boom. This game pulls so much from a lot of 1970s exploitation films, from the look, the dialogue, the characters, the plot and story tropes. It's just a huge love letter to the genre. They even throw in a little bit of sexploitation with the characters Varla and Candy, who I'll touch on very soon. I fucking wish. In the game, the plot takes the characters to multiple locations, such as a plantation house, hospital, strip club, my favorite, carnival, slaughterhouse, a swamp, a prison, and finally a secret lab a la Resident Evil. My personal favorite mission being the hospital, since working in one is easier myself to picture shit going crazy there, and hospitals already can be scary as fuck even without zombies tearing shit up. And my other favorite, obviously I said the strip club for, well, you know why. Like I mentioned earlier, the plot of the game is really inconsequential since you're moving from action set piece to action set piece, blasting every single mutant you see, and this game has the highest amount of zombies in the entire series, so there's gonna be blood, guts, spinning ass flying everywhere, just the way I like it, baby. Now on to the characters, starting off with Agent G, the main protagonist of the original House of the Dead game. This Agent G is young and inexperienced, but he's still as competent as ever, and a lot of comedy is mined by him taking himself and the ridiculous situation he's in way too fucking seriously, as well as his back and forth with Detective Washington, who, speaking of which, is the real star of the duo. Isaac is pulled straight out of blaxploitation films, turned up to fucking 11, and it is awesome. Every other fucking word from this fucking guy is fuck, and I'm just like, I love this motherfucker. He steals the show in every cutscene he's in, and I wish the series brought his character back. Now on to the ladies, starting with Varla Guns. Varla is a tough-as-nails, take-no-shit stripper biker chick whose brother Jasper, a wheelchair-bound scientist working for Papa Caesar, who turns on him when he threatens Varla and goes too far with the whole insane zombie outbreak business. He infects himself with a virus that mutates him into an uncontrollable monster that Isaac and G unfortunately have to put down. Varla ends up swearing vengeance, and like Isaac, her lines are pure exploitation gold.
I swear, Caesar, I'm gonna shove this gun so far down your throat that I've gotta force my hand up your ass to pull the goddamn trigger.
Fun little fact, Varla was based on a real-life actress and movie character also named Varla from the Russ Meyer film Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, played by the absolutely beautiful in real-life badass Tura Satana. Here is one of movie Varla's most famous lines in the film.
I never try anything. I just do it.
And here is Varla from House of the Dead, Overkill, when she says it to Candy.
Then are you going to try to find Papa Caesar?
Listen, sister, I don't try anything. I just get up and do it.
Fucking hot, right?
Ooh, you go, mutant girl.
Oh, I do go.
Damn, the Varlas got me bricked up when they said that line.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Alright. Horny tangent time, folks, aka my favorite time.
I beg of you, don't do this.
I want to very briefly, once again, talk about the man, the myth, the titty-obsessed legend, Russ Meyer. This man was absolutely obsessed with huge-breasted women. Every movie of his, he purposely casted women with amazing racks, which he was extremely open about to the point where his most famous quote is, "I always had a tremendous interest in big tits." That was more of a Vince McMahon impression, but close enough. Oh my god. Just reading that had me clapping like the fucking kiss ass from RoboCop in the boardroom scene.
Yes.
I was fucking praising Russ Meyer like I was fucking Leonardo DiCaprio from the Wolf of Wall Street movie.
We should thank our fucking lucky stars this man is here. We should be on our hands and knees right now, getting ready to suck this guy off. All right? Like this, okay? I want to suck you off. Everyone's going to suck you off. This is our golden ticket to the fucking chocolate factory right here. And I want to meet Willy fucking Wonka, okay? I want to be with the fucking Oompa Loompas like this. All right, get off this fucking stage. Get out of here.
I know I mentioned him very briefly in a past episode, but I tell you, when it came to casting his films, my man Russ Meyer was collecting huge-titted women like he was fucking Ash Ketchum collecting fucking Pokemon.
Gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all, gotta catch 'em all.
Russ Meyer even went out of his way to cast women in their first trimester of pregnancy because their breasts were even larger. I shit you not. Like Lorna Maitland in his 1964 film Lorna, who not only had absolutely huge tits.
I would drink her milk unpasteurized. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Just put it in my mouth. Oh.
But the icing on the cake for me, she was blonde.
Sweet Jesus.
Clear.
Speaking of blondes, the next playable character and partner of Varla is fellow stripper and dumb but sweet blonde Candy Striper.
Candy Striper, just your average girl next door. But behind her wholesome image lies a dark secret.
Oh, Jasper, my special little chair bear. One day, we'll be free of this hellhole.
Forced to degrade herself night after night for cheap thrills and a handful of dollar bills.
Candy may be dumb as shit, but she can handle a gun and kick ass just as well as Varla. And her relationship with Jasper, with what little we get of it, is surprisingly wholesome. She literally calls him her chair bear.
My special little chair bear.
Fucking brilliant. And I gotta give Jasper credit for being able to pull Candy and still having what sounds like a pretty active sex life with her, despite being in a wheelchair. My guy, Jasper, getting it on like he's Stephen Hawking in Family Guy.
Who's that tola 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 tola? Who's that tola 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 tola? Who's that tola 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 tola? Who the man? Who the man? Who the man?
Also, as soon as I saw her character, I knew she had a real-life inspiration. I eventually pinged her as being based on Playboy playmate Nancy Cameron, who posed back in '74, with one photo on her in particular being the biggest inspiration for Candy's appearance, from the hair to the clothes. If you look her up, you won't be disappointed, folks.
Oh, you pull that shirt down and let me bomb for some titties. Oh.
Alright, let me settle the fuck down. I'm gonna need another smoke from all this bricked up talk, holy shit. The music from the game is a great throwback to 1970s era exploitation films, with the game even having that Grindhouse film presentation intermission bumper. I fucking love that. Hell, the game even has that grainy old 70s movie look with the visuals and graphics. I love the amount of detail the developers went into replicating that old school 70s exploitation feel, and more games need to do this since it's just fucking insanity in the best possible way. My overall thoughts and opinion on the game is, it's such a fantastic installment in the series and sits right next to House of the Dead 2 for my favorite game in the series, and depending on my mood, may even edge out 2 as my favorite. It's fun, it's trashy, it's over the top, it's silly, there's blood, there's barely covered titties, there's overused cursing, random exploding cars, zombies, mutant freaks, and that is why House of the Dead Overkill deserves 5 bullets out of 5 for my ranking. Now, let's move on to the next Grindhouse video game. Lollipop Chainsaw, released originally in 2012 and remastered in 2024, and created by Japanese game designer Suda51 and written by famous film director James Gunn, developed by Grasshopper Studios and published by Kadokawa Games and Warner Bros. Interactive. You play as a cheerleading zombie hunter who has to save her town from a spurned high schooler intent on starting a zombie apocalypse. The story concerns Juliet Starling, a bubbly high school senior who comes from a family of zombie hunters who, on her 18th birthday, shit hits the fan when a goth high school reject starts a zombie apocalypse from reading a cursed book and intends to destroy the world, and it's up to Juliet to stop him. All the while, Juliet's boyfriend Nick tags along for the ride as a decapitated talking head who Juliet had to cut off to avoid becoming a zombie and used a magic spell to keep him alive. No, seriously, I didn't make this shit up. That's really what happens, and I fucking love it. This whole game is fucking incredible and so much fun. It doesn't take itself seriously, and it knows it, with constant pop culture references, a soundtrack that fucks so goddamn hard, lovable, wacky, over-the-top, iconic characters, and of course, a fuck ton of zombies to chainsaw to bits. It's fucking incredible. Let me start off with listing the characters and saying a few words about them before moving to the music, then my overall thoughts and ranking. And goddamn, they're blasting fucking fireworks like a son of a bitch outside. I'm recording this during the 4th of July. Starting off with the icon herself and the main character of the game, Juliet Starling, who immediately grabs the player's attention and love with her charisma and sweetness in the opening cutscene to the game when she's introducing herself, her family, and her boyfriend Nick to the player. Take a listen to the audio of the opening cutscene of Juliet waking up on her birthday.
Welcome to my bedroom. Don't think that me letting you in here is an invitation for any funny stuff. I mean, not that I have a problem with funny stuff. Especially not if you really like the person. But that isn't what I wanted to talk about. Today is, as they say in Spain, my cumpleaños. That's right, my birthday. I'm 18 today. These are my girls on the San Romero cheer squad. We've gone to the Nationals 3 years in a row. But we haven't won yet. Ugh. To keep my energy up, I eat lollipops. I know what you're thinking. I'm getting so fat. But they're so yum. This is my family. My older sister Cordelia won a gold medal in riflery last year. And she has a lot of secret meetings with guys I think are college scouts. My little sister Rosalind just got her license, which makes me kind of think the DMV are idiots. My girlfriends say my dad is a total dilf. But try as they might, they could never come between him and my mom. She is so cool. It's because of her, my sisters and I all wear our vaginas proudly. God, she and my dad love each other so much. Speaking of true love, this is my boyfriend, Nick. It F's me up how much I really like him. My family's throwing me a birthday party after school. Nick is totally freaked out having to meet my family for the first time. But I'm even more freaked out for him to find out about my family. Because even though they're the most amazing ever, some of our traditions are a little unusual. Nick's already so sweet to never complain about my ginormous fat butt. If he finds out I'm the #1 world's biggest weirdo, he might not stick around. I'd be so sad. I think I'd seriously cry forever. Oh no! I'm totally late! I was supposed to meet him before school! I'm so lame. Ugh! I hope Nick isn't mad. That's about the worst thing that could ever happen!
Fucking hell did Juliet jinx it, because this probably has to be the worst birthday ever. Also, I see what they did there with that opening cutscene starting off like a 1970s sexploitation film with her in bed and in the shower. I could almost hear the collective sigh of relief of gamers worldwide when she clarified her age.
That's right, my birthday. I'm 18 today.
I see what you did there, video game developers.
You talking about yourself?
Fuck you. Anyway, there's a huge chance Juliet's voice sounds so familiar. Well, that's because she is voiced by Tara Strong, who has voiced a huge amount of famous fictional characters, such as Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls, Timmy Turner from Fairy Odd Parents, Raven from Teen Titans, Dill Pickles from All Grown Up, the sequel series to Rugrats, Ben from Ben 10, Twilight Sparkle from My Little Pony. I could keep going. Also, Tara Strong herself is absolutely fucking beautiful. See what I did there? I did a little Jim Carrey reference for you. And she knows it since she has joked about being the hot mom with huge knockers. Just like Candace Cameron Bure, aka DJ from Full House, which when they did the sequel series Fuller House and she was in her 40s, she was fine as wine and still is to this very day.
She was hot as shit. I'm talking hot as shit.
I'm telling you all listening, I said it before and I'll say it again till I'm blue in the fucking face. When God created blonde women, he was truly feeling himself that day. Who let that man cook? Because just fucking...
Yes.
Hubba hubba.
Man, you wanna act up? Get naughty in this bitch. All right, I get it. Oh, let me chill out. Ugh, mess around and get your ass pregnant.
Ugh, sorry I had to hose myself down after all that. Holy shit. Now that I got that out of my system...
Mr. Monkey, get your spankings. Now go on.
Back to Juliet as a character. Personality-wise, she's just so sugary sweet, even when insulting these psychotic zombie lord fucks that she has to destroy in boss battles. She's practically giving me the diabetes. She's very loving and protective of not just her friends and family, but even the random civilians and fellow classmates she saves from zombies. She also has this strange insecurity about her appearance where she repeatedly thinks her ass is too fat, and I'm just like, Juliet, multiple classmates told you pretty much to your face they're gonna jerk off to you after you save them. And no, I didn't make that up. That is some actual dialogue some of them say. So I don't think there's anything wrong with your figure. What the fuck are you talking about? Which, another mini side tangent, whenever they do a movie or TV show where the main female character is supposed to be the quote-unquote ugly duckling, but in real life they're so beautiful, they make you question if they're even human. That always makes me say, in what fucking world would they have trouble getting with anybody they want? Two perfect examples are the movie She's All That with the character Lainey Boggs, played by Rachel Lee Cook, who in the movie she's supposed to be unattractive before her makeover, but it's fucking Rachel Lee Cook. What are these assholes thinking? And another example is Brian De Palma's adaptation of the Stephen King book Carrie, where Carrie is supposed to be unattractive and the biggest outcast, but they cast Sissy Spacek, who is a fucking goddess among women.
I've never seen something so goddamn beautiful in my entire fucking life.
Like, what the fuck are these 25-year-old high school students more brain dead than I am? Holy shit on a sandwich. What the fuck, man? In terms of her physicality, she's extremely athletic. No, I don't mean it like that. Put it away. I was talking to myself.
What in the blue hell do you think you're doing, you sick fake?
I mean in the way she absolutely kicks zombie ass utilizing cheerleading fighting moves in acrobatics, which makes playing as her really fun, energetic, and smooth. Pair that with a chainsaw and you have a zombie killing machine. Just everything about Juliet is memorable and screams icon. From her lovable personality, her dialogue, her Romero High cheerleading uniform, her blonde hair, and golden magical chainsaw with hearts cut into the blade, and of course her boyfriend's decapitated talking head attached to her hip. There's a reason why people cosplay as her to this day and make fan art. She's just that lovable as a character. And of course being...
She was hot as shit. I'm talking hot as shit.
Now I'm gonna quickly run through Juliet's family members and starting off with her parents. Her dad, Gideon, is this Elvis-looking bike-riding badass who absolutely loves his girls and will always have their backs. And he's been described by Juliet's friends as a DILF, which... honestly, yeah, he deserves that title. He's really giving out I'm daddy vibes. Side note, that Pedro Pascal quote made me laugh so fucking hard the first time I heard it.
But daddy is a state of mind, you know what I'm saying? I'm your daddy.
That shit is funny as fuck, and no disrespect to Pedro, but if you have to refer to yourself as daddy in order to get the ball rolling of being called that, you're probably not daddy. Sorry, bro. Amazing actor, though. Now on to her mom, Elizabeth, who honestly is just adorable. She got this wholesome 1950s mom vibe, and in the game she leaves multiple cute voicemails for Juliet.
Hey Juliet, it's Mom. I'm getting everything ready for your party tonight. We have a few surprises. Where are you? Can't wait. Love you. Hey, Juliet, it's Mom. Just checking in to see if you're alright. I have to get a load of laundry out of the dryer, but we'll talk soon, okay? Love you, sweetness.
Can't take it. It's too cute. It's disgusting.
I find it hilarious she's completely oblivious to the entire town going absolutely batshit insane with a fucking zombie outbreak while she's at home cooking for Juliet's birthday party. She's just a ball of sunshine and such a ray of comfort in the game. Now on to Juliet's baby sister, Rosalind, who's 16 years old and drives like a fucking psychopath, which makes me think she got her lessons from goddamn SpongeBob SquarePants. It is a fucking miracle she hasn't killed anybody that wasn't a zombie with her driving alone. She's a hyperactive teenage girl who talks a mile a minute, and while that would usually annoy the absolute piss out of me, she somehow makes it likable and endearing since she loves her big sister Juliet so much. And don't be fooled. She's a trained zombie hunter, and this 16-year-old probably has caught more bodies than a fucking Navy SEAL. Holy shit. Having said that, though, that probably pales in comparison to Cordelia, the oldest girl in the family, who is pretty much a straight-up assassin, since it's strongly implied she has done contract killing for multiple entities, and she's only 20 years old.
Holy shit.
She's basically the cool, badass big sister trope turned up to 11, with her even have a much more edgier look than the rest of the family. Now on to Nick, Juliet's football player boyfriend, who has the misfortune of getting bit by a zombie while shielding Juliet at the beginning of the game, which forces her to cut his head off and utilizing a magic spell to keep him alive as a talking head. This guy has it pretty rough, although he's completely head over heels in love with Juliet, and shows his loyalty by assisting her in various ways, utilizing his magical head, clearing paths or obstacles for her, and giving words of horny encouragement. Just like any boyfriend should. Spoiler alerts, by the way, depending on if you saved every civilian, the ending and his fate at the end of the game changes, with the best possible ending being Nick getting a human body back. Although the catch being it's his head on the body of Juliet's old sensei, Morikawa, who gives his life to help save the town and Juliet, who I'm going to get to next. Sensei Morikawa is basically the old anime/manga character archetype of the wise old perverted sensei mentor, just like Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. He also lays down the zombie lore in his introduction cutscene.
Sensei!
Ah, Juliet. Juliet, it looks like you've really gotten ahead in life.
My teacher, Morikawa-sensei, is the most amazing veteran zombie hunter ever.
Ah, correct. I have studied the zomboid sciences for 40 years. Listen, both of you! The school is in dire trouble. My research tells me that something has gone wrong on a cosmic scale.
That's a massive bummer.
That completely sucks.
Let me show you. The universe is composed of 3 dimensions. The land beyond words, the rotten world, and our dimension, Earth. There are dimensional walls between each. Using a combination of black magic and explosives, someone cracked the wall between Earth and rotten world, and the gases of rotten world seeped into our world. Your friends and fellow students inhaled these gases, which transformed them into the undead. Well, whoever did this could be trying to open a permanent gate between here and rotten world, which would be catastrophic. Unfortunately, once they have become zombies, there is no return. All we can do is clean up the school, kill the undead, and stop the bomber. That is our mission. The bomber is either in the cafeteria downstairs or the courtyard. You destroy the zombies in the cafeteria. I shall look in the courtyard. I'm counting on you both. Kill the motherfuckers!
Yes, Sensei!
Spoiler alert, his death was surprisingly heart-wrenching and his final goodbye to Juliet was genuinely sweet. And at least his body goes to Nick in the best ending of the game, so at least Nick's isn't just a disembodied head anymore, so at least it all worked out. The next characters I'm going to cover are the villains of the game, being the undead zombie lords called the Dark Purveyors, who Swan has resurrected, and they essentially serve as his horsemen of the apocalypse, with each one of them representing different genres of rock and roll music and fitting the character archetype. There's Zed, the punk rock zombie. There's Vike, the Viking metal zombie. Mariska, the psychedelic hippie zombie. And Josie, the funk rock zombie. And the final boss of the game, Killabilly, the king of the zombies and undead god of the rotten world. Then finally, the instigator behind all the shit in the mastermind, Swan, the gothic outcast necromancer, classmate of Juliet, who started this outbreak to begin with. I'm going to start with the zombie lords, then Rockabilly, then finally Swan himself. Starting off with Zed, who's the first boss of the game. Zed is a punk rock jagoff who attacks you with literally profanities and curse words. He screams and the words become physical objects in the air that you have to dodge as projectiles. Here's some of Zed's lines in the game.
I'm gonna crush your face! I'm loving this shit! Cheerleader in the morning. Yeah! Whoa! Welcome to Double Central! Take this, whore!
No one told me we were gonna have to deal with giant letters. You are rocking!
You think that hurts me? I just teased a little.
The man is an annoying freak, but he's very fucking memorable. Next is Vike, the Viking metal pirate lord who you battle on his flying sea ship while he hurls lightning and shit at you. Here's some audio of his lines.
If it isn't the pirates of the Jerkovian!
You've got a lot of balls to be put on this ship, Stelpa. Alright, boys! Lemire, let's cut this bit into bite-sized chunks! I'm gonna use her face to make a hat! And use her spine as a back scratcher! Let's show her the Viking way! Ha 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 ha!
He was honestly my least favorite of the zombie lords, not because he was bad. He was actually good. He just didn't really have that unhinged energy I wanted as a boss character for this game. Next up is Mariska, the psychedelic zombie lord. Her boss battle is a fucking trip, and I mean that in a literal sense, as you fight her while everything looks like it dropped acid. Not that I would know. She attacks you with bubbles and split herself into duplicates, which was kind of badass. Take a listen to her introduction and some of her lines.
Oh, Sister Juliet and Brother Nick, let's travel to the land beyond the doors of perception. Step outside the boundaries of your mind. Lose yourself in the eternal, collective unconscious. And rot.
Listen, lady, why don't you try using some deodorant? Because honestly, you smell like shit.
This one was just as insolent.
Rosalind!
Now, open your heart. And let my music guide you. To the world of everlasting peace and rot and hell. One truth becomes two truths become
There's like 4 of her. Is this for real? Her personality irks the hell out of me.
Mariska was a fun boss battle that felt so damn satisfying when we put her ass in the grave for good. When I beat her, I said out loud, "Peace out, bitch." And the final zombie lord is Josie, the funk rock zombie. Out of all the zombie lords, I gotta say, he had the most style and the best back and forth dialogue with Juliet. Here's his introduction and some of his lines.
You're the one from the phone. Give me back my sister.
What's the matter, baby? Didn't you like our phone SEXXX? That's a pity.
What do you think? Dude, give us Rosalind now. And put her in front of Stephen Hawking. He's a great man, you perv.
I'm the pervert? You the one with a head hanging from your hip. I already told you, girlie. If you want to win your sister back, you have to play the game.
Motherfucker literally called Juliet on her phone asking for the smoke, and well, he fucked around and quickly found out and got his ass stomped. I mean, was there ever any doubt though, to be honest? Next up is Killabilly, who is a giant kaiju, undead, Elvis-looking motherfucker who can't even speak in fully coherent sentences. We end up having to cut him down to size by going inside his body, and Nick sacrificing himself to end him and save the town. The boss battle was alright and had good scale, but I wish it went even further with its giant boss versus regular-sized human scope, since God of War 3 came out 2 years before this game and had multiple giant bosses that were so fucking epic in scale that it makes me kind of wish they went more in that direction for this fight. But to be fair, I don't think they had the budget that Santa Monica Studios had. While the exact budget for Lollipop Chainsaw is unknown per se, it's estimated to cost between $15 to $20 million max, and this came out in 2012, while God of War 3 cost $44 million to make it, came out in 2010. So it's safe to say God of War 3 had at least double the budget at minimum. So Lollipop Chainsaw should get some slack since they probably spent a shit ton of money just on the licensed music alone, which I cannot fucking wait to get to since every licensed song is perfect for the tone of this game. But back to the characters in the final one, which is Swan, the mastermind behind the whole zombie outbreak. Swan is a gothic outcast and fellow senior student classmate of Juliet, who, after being bullied and rejected for years, he flips his shit and decides, fuck, I'm not gonna just fuck over to school, but the entire world, and starts the zombie apocalypse in the town just out of pure spite and pettiness. Here's his intro and some lines of his. This fucking guy is such an asswipe, he decides to try to fuck everybody by summoning the Dark Purveyors, and eventually he commits suicide to complete the ritual to summon Killabilly to destroy the world for petty vengeance. Honestly, fuck that guy, he's a goddamn scumbag. Just listen to his final lines and tell me he isn't petty.
This is the end. The real end to everything. This school, this world, deserves to be destroyed. It rejected me. It ridiculed me. So I'll make this rotten world even more rotten. Rot away. Rot away. Rot. 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 So fuck all of you. Your eternal screams of horror will be my pop music.
He's a fucking whiny tryhard with edgelord written all over him. Well, that's all for the characters. Let me get into the music segment. I've been looking forward to this one.
Hardy hard.
Now on to the incredible soundtrack, which you just got the tiniest taste of when I played one licensed song from the original and the new theme song from the remaster, which, I'm not gonna lie guys, I fuck with that song pretty hard. Take a listen to another snippet of it again. I love the anime opening vibe I get from this, as well as just the pure energy from it. But first things first, I have to give a shout out to all the non-licensed and original music that plays in the background of the levels and individual area themes, which are all extremely fitting and catchy for the game. But now, I want to mention something that really grinded my motherfucking gears in regards to the remaster. As much as I absolutely love it, there's one big-ass problem in regards to the remastered version's soundtrack.
We need to acknowledge the elephant in the room.
It's missing licensed songs.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I know that was my reaction too, but it's 3 licensed songs in particular that were present in the original, and these songs fuck so hard for the game that their omission in the remaster is so fucking disappointing. Now, the 3 licensed songs that unfortunately are not present in the remaster that were in the original are the following: You Spin Me Round Like a Record, Cherry Bomb, and the most crucial fucking song of all, Mickey. The You Spin Me Round song was played during a memorable part of the game where you're on a farm as Juliet and driving a tractor around, literally going in circles grinding up zombies.
Back to this again, huh?
Uh-oh, now there's Bob's scarecrows.
Be careful, Juliet. I have a feeling this tractor's flammable as hell.
Fucking music to my ears. Then there's Cherry Bomb, which plays in the main menu of the game, which really sets the mood. Although, for this one, I can at least forgive the omission, since it got replaced with that new theme song I played for you guys, which is fucking excellent. But the last one, I cannot forgive whatsoever. It's fucking inexcusable, and that song is Mickey, aka the most cheerleader song ever, and the main game stars a goddamn cheerleader, and you omit this song? Holy shit, what the fuck were they thinking? And the icing on the cake is the fact that that song plays every single time you go into super mode with Juliet and are able to take out swarms of zombies instantly, all the while Hey Mickey is playing. Play that shit. I love that shit, and fun fact, that was actual audio of my gameplay from the OG version of Lollipop Chainsaw, which I got a copy of. When it comes to the soundtrack for both games, they're both great, although the original version beats out the remaster with the inclusion of those 3 licensed songs. Although, the remaster does get extra points for that amazing new theme song. Fuck me, I just need to get the remaster on PC so I can download it to mod in the OG songs back in or something, since I have the remaster on my PS5. Fucking Julius is probably saying he told me so, and he's talking shit right now as I speak when he's listening to this, since he did say I should have gotten a real PC instead of that Steam Deck I shelled out $450 for. No need to rub it in, Julius. I know I done fucked up and made a shitty call.
Told you. I told you. I told you. You ain't tell me shit.
God damn it. Well, guys, that's all for the music segment. Let me get into my overall thoughts and ranking before bringing this all home. I should have got a goddamn PC.
Party hard!
Well, guys, I don't really need to give you a whole song and dance for my overall thoughts and ranking for this game. I pretty much sucked this game off like an OnlyFans model giving a premium limited time discount. Not that I would know, of course. Anyway, this game is fantastic. It's batshit crazy. It's sexy. It's outrageous in the best possible ways. And most importantly, it's fun. And that is why Lollipop Chainsaw gets 6 chainsaws out of 5. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. It broke my scale with the reason being I love it so much I want a sequel or spiritual successor right the fuck now. Somebody give us something with this much chaotic, sexy, and blood-soaked energy because video games have been kind of stale in that department when it comes to that kind of vibe. And for those of you saying, Adam the Movie Guy, you can't break a rating scale. That's not how it works, you manic fuck. Once again, I have to say, I make the fucking rules. This ain't a democracy, it's a dictatorship. I'm your modestly endowed unhinged leader, and I do what the fuck I want.
I'm the only chef in this kitchen. This is my kitchen. This is BB's kitchen.
I'm the big dog, and you don't want a problem with me, or I'll go full Nancy in this bitch.
Now, do we have a problem? No, sir. No, Mr. Mouse. No, Mr. Mouse. Oh, that's good, because I thought we had a problem for a minute there, huh? All right, now get out there and make me some goddamn money, huh?
Thank you, Mickey. You summed it up perfectly. And that is why Lollipop Chainsaw gets 6 out of 5. Thank you, everybody. Well, guys, this is the end of the episode. I just realized this was honestly more of a Lollipop Chainsaw episode guest starring House of the Dead Overkill, since I spent a hell of a lot more time on Lollipop Chainsaw than I did with House of the Dead Overkill. But hey, to be fair, there was just a hell of a lot more to talk about with Chainsaw than there was with Overkill. And there was still a lot more shit I could have talked about with Chainsaw I didn't even touch on. The updates the remaster did to the game, aside from graphical and frame rate improvements, such as the much smoother and faster combat, the better new Chainsaw with different perks, the new hair colors and new sexy costumes for Juliet you can wear in the game, and of course the new Repop mode, which serves as a more censored and comic booky look for the game in place of blood and shit. So maybe I'll do a bonus Lollipop Chainsaw Repop episode down the road. But for now, it's time to end the show. Thank you all for listening to me acting like a maniac. I hope I made you laugh at least once. And even better, convince you to play one of these games, which are both available on Steam for PC, and in the case of Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, PS5, and whatever the fuck the new Xbox calls itself these days. I really don't know what the fuck Microsoft is doing for the names for their home consoles anymore, and I don't even think they give a shit. It's all gonna be just PC someday anyway, and probably Nintendo consoles in the future, if Nintendo stops fucking us customers in the ass and pissing on us like they're R. Kelly trying to set a new streaming record. This has been Adam the Movie Guy, and I'll see you next episode.